All right, what's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing a quick look and first impressions of the G-Wolves Lycan. Obviously, the biggest selling point on this mouse is that it's a full-sized mouse, but it is claiming to only weigh 27.8 grams, which is insane. Let's go ahead and get the weight. It comes in at 29 grams. I waited just a second ago, and it actually said that it was 28, so maybe my scale's a little bit finicky, but it's right there between 28 and 29 grams, which is absolutely insane. The only other time you're going to find an actual full-sized mouse at that weight is going to be something from like PMM, but they also have a lot of holes in their shell. This is a full solid shell and a full-sized mouse coming in at just 28 to 29 grams, which is ridiculous. And that obviously begs the question of the build quality. You could see on the bottom that the base, there really isn't a base at all. So the structure is really just coming from a couple of bars that go across from either side, and then where the screw points actually go in on the board. Because of it having no base, it also has one singular skate right next to the sensor. Obviously it doesn't cover it, but there's nothing for it to actually attach onto. So in order to give it more structure when you're putting pressure on it, they put a little skate right there next to the sensor. Taking a closer look, you can see that bar that goes across the back on the housing. It just provides it a lot more support in the back, which I'm assuming is the weakest part of the mouse. While we have this closer look, you can take a look at the base in general and the PCB and what it looks like. Holding the mouse and squeezing it and trying to find creaks or trying to find flex in the shell is very difficult, actually. It's very, very well built, it feels. Obviously, I'm going to need to put it through some gaming sessions and actually put it through some wear and tear to see how that is going to go down, but it really does feel very well built. Moving on to some other aspects of the mouse, the coating is surprisingly good for a G-Wolves mouse. G-Wolves Jim has tweeted multiple times that he does not care at all about coating and that grips are the way to go. They provide grips in the package, so usually they just recommend to put those on the mouse whenever you get it. For example, the Fenrir series, the ASIM, and the Max have terrible coatings, but the coating on this mouse is actually pretty good. I'm not going to say that it's a stellar coating or anything like that, but I do think it's enough to get by, and especially compared to their other mice, it is a huge improvement. I think the fact that this is also a smooth shell as opposed to just a solid shell is also a huge part of that. A lot of other G-Wolves mice as well had sort of a honeycomb pattern on them, and I found that a little bit harder to grip actually, but the smooth surface like this makes it much easier. Moving on to the feel of the clicks, they definitely don't feel as premium and tight as some other G-Wolves mice that I've tried. I like to think that G-Wolves has the best clicks on the market. All of their mice just have perfect clicks for my play style and how I like it on my mice. So I definitely hold this mouse to just as high of a standard, so I'm very curious to see how it's going to feel in game when I'm actually using it. Scroll wheel and side buttons feel just fine. I'm definitely going to need to put some more time in to really get a feel for how those are, as well as the performance, obviously. But first looks, the G-Wolves Lycan is looking really, really promising, so excited to put some more time in on this, and of course I will put out a full review on it in the future, so stay tuned for that. Thanks so much. Peace.